The leaves of the tree are for healing.
Shalom, everybody. So I told you all that I was going to have this website up, and I know it's been about 3 months since I started really working on it. Even though I've read some of these articles, like the Lake of Fire in videos, which I then linked in the post. And you can click down here to go all the way up to the top again. So anyway, I've discussed it, but I haven't shared the articles, and now I'm sharing the articles. I'm sharing the website. It's finally up to a point where I can say that it's open, and you can feel free to share the articles. There are a lot of articles. I have not actually read through all of them. There's a lot more than what I have discussed on my channel so far. And this is not all of them. So you can go also to the home page and then scroll down. There's a search bar if you're interested in that. There's a calendar. You can see them by month. So there's been a few of them that were posted recently, but a lot of them were sort of started in April, and then I just sort of filled them out. So there's stuff on veganism, stuff on the Essenes, stuff on affirmations, the game of life. Some people might call this New Age Christianity, so I basically used the terminology that they would refer this, as. And it's not that I call myself a Christian, but people would call me a Christian at this point, just a New Age Christian. So however it is, we're just going to roll with it. And I've got videos on my channel about why I don't really belong in mainstream Christianity because, of course, as far as the Christology here goes, I don't think that Jesus ever claimed to be Yahweh, and that's one of the main tenets of mainstream Christianity these days. And so, I'm more like an Ebionite if somebody was going to actually label me, but most people don't know what an Ebionite is. So I did write this article on who he claimed to be, basically, was Christ, God's Christ. And, there's more information on, these are just sort of tags for getting healthy. And so some of them, like physical health, I don't have too much on, just veganism or vegetarianism. Spiritual health, there's going to be a lot of stuff because that's what I've been mostly focusing on. So you can use those tags. You can go by the dates. You can just choose a month and go for it. You can choose one, and then at the end of the post, it'll often say you may like these posts too. I did do one on the avatars and all that. Yahweh, our Father in the Tanakh is a good one just to share. If somebody says that, God the Father wasn't in the Old Testament, well, there's plenty of verses that talk about the Father, Yahweh, in the Old Testament. So it wasn't anything new that Jesus called his Father instead of Yahweh, specifically because he was always known as the Father in the Old Testament, even though the Tetragrammaton was used in all those. So I do have that video about Jesus as God being Yahweh, and he didn't preach Yahweh was the demiurge. So I do, link to videos. I've linked to other people's videos. This is just one on John St. Julian's take on things. So not everything is stuff that I've done. There's also a Hopi Indian prophecy, which is very interesting, I think. And there's the contact form. Also, there's a link to my Truth or Talk, the simplytruthertalk.com. This is just a link discussing it, basically. And it goes to simplytruthertalk.com if you click on that link. And then there's a donate page if you want to donate. I put a lot of work into this. If you really feel like it, that'd be very much appreciated. Otherwise, I do have some ads on the website, which hopefully will sort of compensate for the time that I put into doing it. But I know Father will provide no matter what, no matter how. And yeah, I just wanted to be able to share these articles, basically because, people talk about stuff and I'd like to be able to share some articles because sometimes people are like, well, I don't have time to listen to a video and they want to read. Whereas on my videos, there's a lot of people who don't have time to read, but they can listen to videos at work. But it's good to have both. And so that's what I'm going to try to do is have both. Have the articles that people can actually read, but also have the videos if they want to listen to those too. And so if you share it with somebody, maybe they don't have the time to read it and then they can just watch the video that's there. or they don't have the time to watch a video, but they can read it. And, I'm just hoping that it'll help a lot. And on the New Age Christianity, there's a lot of things that I just discuss and how it can be seen in Christianity, like the biblical divination and everything. This all links to the same page. It's just the target on the page, basically. This is the divination section. But if you scroll down, it talks about crystals, meditation, and why people do fear the Kundalini awakening, even though it's basically just the Holy Spirit. I think it's basically turning up the heat on the Lake of Fire, which I started out with the Lake of Fire article. And I know people really probably need to read that to digest it rather than just listening to my video. At least here I have links where people can click on the links and then find out more information every single time I talk about something. So, here like the word for see, and then I have a link to it, and then it'll go to another tab and you can actually read it on Bible Hub. So I'm going to leave the link below to my website and you can check it out. I hope you enjoy it. And there's also places to comment at the end of the articles. Also, if you want to actually have conversations or something, you can do that too. So feel free to share it also. And I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for listening, and shalom. Chris White once coined the phrase short-term New World Order freakout syndrome to explain what it's like to have your perception of the world shattered. Of course, it's not just about the shape of the world, whether it's flat, round, or something else entirely. This New World Order freakout often includes now saying no to GMOs, fluoride, vaccines, and pharmaceuticals. It's a complete overhaul to your lifestyle. And trying to explain that mainstream media is just propaganda to promote false flags, division, and more can really put a strain on your relationships. Have you gotten tired of being mocked by your own family for what you share? We've all been there. Are you treated like the black sheep because of the commandments you keep? I get it. We're all trying to figure things out together, but sometimes you just have to let your family and friends be. Plant the seed and wait and see. But while you wait for them to catch up, do you wish you had someone to talk with who gets it? That's what Truth or Talk is for. Being able to discuss what's going on in your life and what you're interested in without feeling like you're going to be judged as a crazy conspiracy theorist who should be on drugs or committed. No subject is taboo, and I'd love to hear from you. Simply truthertalk.com. Simply make an appointment and let's talk, Truther. Believe